My wife took our twins' college fund and ran off with her lover. I was devastated until my daughter said, "Don't worry, Dad. I took care of everything." 2 days later, my wife called screaming. I came home from work on a Tuesday to find half our stuff gone. Not just clothes, the TV, the nice dishes my mom gave us, even the coffee maker. But the worst part was the note on the kitchen counter. It said she was in love with someone else and needed to start over. She took $47,000 from our twins' college fund. Money we'd been saving for 16 years. Money from birthday checks, tax returns, every spare dollar we could put away. Our daughters Emma and Sophie were supposed to start college in 2 years. Now that money was just gone. I called my wife about 30 times. Every call went straight to voicemail. I checked our bank accounts and she'd cleared those out too. Left me with maybe $300 and a mortgage payment due in a week. I was sitting at the kitchen table trying not to completely lose it when Emma came home from soccer practice. She took one look at my face and knew something was wrong. I showed her the note. Watched my 16-year-old daughter's face go from confused to angry in about 3 seconds. "Where's Sophie?" she asked. "Still at debate practice," I said. Emma grabbed her phone and started texting fast. Then she looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "Don't worry, Dad. I took care of everything." I had no idea what she meant. How could a teenager take care of $47,000 being stolen? But Emma just smiled and told me to trust her. That night, both girls sat me down and explained what they'd done. Turns out they'd suspected Mom was cheating for months. They'd seen texts on her phone, heard weird phone calls, noticed her leaving the house at strange times. So Emma, being the paranoid genius she is, had set up notifications on all our bank accounts. Not just checking and savings, the college fund too. She'd linked everything to her phone back in August without telling anyone. Smart kid. The second Mom transferred that money out, Emma got an alert. This was around 2 p.m. on Tuesday, 3 hours before I even got home. Emma immediately called Sophie and they went into action. See, here's the thing about my daughters. They're not just smart, they're scary smart. Emma's taking AP Computer Science and Sophie's on the mock trial team. Together, they're basically unstoppable. They knew Mom had transferred the money to her personal account first before probably moving it somewhere else. So they logged into Mom's account using her password that they'd figured out months ago. It was our dog's name plus her birth year. Not exactly high security. They transferred every single dollar back into the college fund account. But here's the brilliant part. They didn't stop there. They also changed all the passwords and security questions on the college fund account. Then they set it up so any transaction over $100 required both my signature and a code sent to Emma's phone. Mom couldn't touch that money anymore even if she tried. I just stared at them. Like, who are you people? 2 days later, Thursday morning, I was making breakfast when my phone rang. It was my wife, and she was absolutely screaming. Couldn't even understand her at first. Just these high-pitched, angry sounds. Finally, she calmed down enough to yell actual words. "What did you do to the account? Where's my money?" I put her on speaker so the girls could hear. Very calmly, I told her that wasn't her money. It was the twins' college fund that she stole. She started going off about how she needed it to start her new life. How her boyfriend was depending on that money. They'd already put a deposit down on some apartment in Florida using her credit card. That's when Emma grabbed my phone. "Hi, Mom," she said in this super sweet voice. "Just so you know, we have screenshots of you transferring $47,000 from a designated education fund. That's considered theft. Also fraud since you forged Dad's signature on the withdrawal form. We've already talked to a lawyer," Sophie chimed in from across the kitchen. "We also have recordings of you talking to your boyfriend about taking the money. Turns out my phone was under your car seat for 3 weeks. You're welcome." The line went completely silent. Then my wife started backtracking, saying it was all a misunderstanding, that she was going to pay it back, that the girls were being dramatic. Emma just laughed. "You have 2 choices, Mom," she said. "You can leave the money alone and we don't press charges, or you can try to fight this and we'll make sure everyone knows what you did. Your parents, your job, everyone." My wife hung up. Didn't say another word, just hung up. She never came back for the rest of her stuff, never tried to contact the girls, just disappeared to Florida with her boyfriend and whatever else she could scrape together. Last I heard, they broke up after 3 months when he realized she was actually broke. The twins got full scholarships anyway, so that college fund is just sitting there growing. Sometimes I think about what would have happened if Emma hadn't set up those alerts. We would have lost everything. Now I just make sure to never underestimate my daughters. They're clearly smarter than both their parents combined.